talking about the Seahawks, and Terry wants you to know the lateral was a lateral, that the reduced penalties helped, and McDougal played great. So there, we're all finished. For some people, the big debate about the holidays is whether to get a live Christmas tree. If having a live tree is part of what makes the season special for you, our gardening guru, Ciscoe Morris, is here with tips on helping it thrive long after the holidays. Welcome, Ciscoe Morris.
Oh, la la.
So, first of all, tell us what a live tree is. What do you mean?
So by that, I mean this is a little living tree. So let's say you want to do something really special with your kids or grandkids or whatever. So you keep this in the house, but not for too long. And then you take it out and plant it in your garden, and you'll have that for 100 years or more. And you can, and those kids will come home from college and go, I remember we planted that together in 2017
So it's got its little root ball.
Yeah.
Do I buy it at a nursery? Where do I get it?
Here's the thing I like to warn people about, and that is that some of the places that sell these living trees, they dig them right out of the field. They're just in a ball and burlap, and then you got to put them in some kind of sawdust or something to hold them straight and everything. And a lot of times they don't survive when you plant them outside.
So how do we make sure that we get one that'll make it?
The good nurseries now are carrying these special ones that are grown to be living Christmas trees. This came from Swanson's. And so this is in perfect shape. It's just like buying a tree from the nursery.
So it's already in a container?
It's already in a container, and you'll take it out of that when you plant it outside.
Perfect.
And it's so cool. And did you see we got a special treat with this one?
What'd we get? Oh, look, there's a little ladybug.
There's like 150 ladybugs on there. I was so surprised when I saw that, but you know what that means? Nobody's spraying poisons on this.
Excellent. What kind of tree is this?
This is a brewer's spruce, and they are native to the Ciscoe Mountains up in like California and Oregon.
Right.
And this is a real rare one. It's called Emerald Midget. This will never get over 15 feet tall and has this beautiful pyramidal shape, and it stays blue like this. You know what the biggest mistake people make?
What?
They look at one, they see this beautiful blue spruce or something, they think, wow, that'd be so cool. Well, they end up growing 80 feet tall, and
you've got to ask that question, right?
You really want to make sure you know how big that's going to get before you plant it. That could be a disaster otherwise.
Okay, so let's say we go to the nursery, we get the thing in the container because that's going to be best. We ask how tall it's going to be, and then how do you, once you take it home, get it acclimatized for indoors?
Good question. You got to keep it out in an unheated garage for a couple of days.
Okay.
That's just warm enough to let it go. Okay, I'm getting used to this. But when you bring it in, you don't want the house at 74 degrees. Then you're going to get into big trouble, because if this breaks dormancy for any reason, you got a big house plant.
It's going to be 8 feet tall in the house.
Yeah, it'll be pretty, I guess. So it's really important to acclimate it a bit, then bring it in the house. And you know, I did a lot of these when I worked at Seattle U, because they like to have them for the president's office and everything. It was really neat. And if they had the temperature too high in there, or they didn't want to bring it out, you shouldn't keep it in for too much more than a week.
All right. So bring it in, keep the house maybe a little cool, no more than a week, and then what happens? Well, let's talk about watering it while it's in the house.
Great idea. Okay, so that's why I brought this.
Yep.
You want that under this, because if it isn't under there, because you got to water this.
Right. And you don't want it in the carpet.
You don't want it in the carpet.
Put something underneath.
We could cram that under if you want.
Okay,
there we go. Kaboom. And then, you know, I bought this pot, you know, a cheap plastic pot. I thought it would fit all the way in, but
it's big, but you can put some burlap around it or whatever you want to dress it up.
So you can do anything to dress it up. So you only need to water it if it feels dry on the surface. This feels nice and moist, so I'm not too worried about it. And
that's easier to water than crawling underneath your
it's
cut
a lot
tree.
easier.
So that's not too bad.
And they do come in a lot of sizes. I could have got a really big one, but I'd have had to carry it in here.
Yes, I would pick a small one too. Now this one came with a tag that said you can donate this tree. So tell us about that. I'm excited.
Okay, so what they do, and they do this at Swanson's nursery, and I think other nurseries might do it. So if you bring this tree back, you just want a nice living tree and you want to help the environment.
Right.
You bring the tree back by the date they got there, January 15th, I think. And then they give it to the county, and the county plants your tree somewhere where we really need trees.
That's
You know, for
amazing.
wildlife and everything. So yeah, so it's a wonderful
so
way.
Good. So rather than a cut tree, you borrow it from nature, and then we're going to give it back
Yep,
to nature
it's
someplace
really
where we
wonderful.
need it. Now, if you are going to keep it in your own yard, what should we know about planting these babies?
Okay, all right, so it's been in about a week, 10 days maximum if you can
Let's
keep
just
it
say a
cool.
week. Say a
All right,
week. Say a week.
Okay, then you take it out. Now, you could put it in the unheated garage, but if it's a nice day like today, just take it right out, find a really sunny spot. All conifers need sun, almost all of them.
Sunny spot.
And then well-drained soil, plant it no deeper than it came out of the pot, and you've got yourself a living Christmas tree. But if it's freezing out, it's got to go in the unheated garage till temperatures moderate.
To say what?
I think as long as it's in the 40s, you're in great shape.
Okay, and you don't even have to dig a great big hole because it's just that big.
No,
That's
it's
all
not
it
that
is.
big, but do the hole twice as wide because all plants like that really
Yep.
a lot, but no deeper. You don't want to plant any deeper than it came out of the pot. That kills trees.
Okay,
So there's
very
only
good.
only tomatoes like that, nothing else. And they're hard to decorate.
That is awesome. Thank you, Ciscoe. We
You bet.
appreciate it. Shall we just put a couple little
Yeah,
ornaments
yeah,
on it
yeah,
to
this-
make it feel happy?
I love this
And
one
I'm happy
right
to
here.
report
This
the
is
lady,
one of my
the
all-time
ladybug's
favorites.
still there. When we come back, delicious dinners you can make in 30 minutes or less. We'll be back after this quick break. That looks great.